All right, guys, I want all of you to join me in giving a warm welcome to Storm Lifestyle, a brand new brand hitting the sports nutrition industry. We're going to be talking about a nootropic today that's bringing in a lot of familiar ingredients and one brand new ingredient to market that no one else is touching. So let's jump in and talk about Storm's Focus. Now, I guess a better phrase to use here would be to drop in. We're talking about a surfer skater brand here, Storm, disrupting the norm. These guys are a very cool new brand that we had the pleasure of meeting early on. Got to hang out with them at Supply Side West. Very cool young group with a lot of experience behind them. So we're excited to be talking about the formula for Storm's Focus. I also have been enjoying their pre-workout. If you've been watching our Instagram, I've been talking about a couple things that I really like about this Focus product right off the bat before we start talking about the formula is the usability and the flexibility. 1 to 2 scoops a day. 2 scoops gives you that full dosage that everyone's really excited about. Half a scoop is going to give you a nice little pickup just to get some work done. Although you guys know me, I'm always going to go for the full 2 scoops per day dosage. And also some very fun branding. These guys are going to be more in that skater surf scene of stuff. I grew up at the shore constantly, if you guys didn't know. So it's very near and dear to me. I'm a big fan of it and I'm excited about it. Mike's from California, spent a lot of time surfing and swimming over there. So when they came to us, we were super excited about it from our pasts and also absolutely because of the new science in the formula. So let's jump in on the formula and talk about what's different here. Not only is there a brand new ingredient, but there's a couple cool combinations of ingredients here that we're going to get to talking about. And I'm sure you guys are going to be appreciating because a lot of our consumers really enjoy the Focus category. So right off the top, we have something that's not always traditionally seen as a Focus product, taurine. Taurine is very important for hydration, and obviously it's important to say, if you're not hydrated, you're not going to be focusing very well. Hydration is a huge portion of brain health, of course. Now, taurine is a popular endurance boosting osmolyte. Osmolyte means that it helps balance water between cells. Now, when it comes to taurine, there is an important neuroprotection factor here. Improving taurine levels can help decrease neurological inflammation and stress. It improves GABA receptor functionality and stimulates synapse function. It's important for brain development and promotes brain cell proliferation while protecting from neurotoxic agents. And now, while the body can produce taurine on its own, it's not an essential amino acid, we can always supplement more, obviously. Because taurine is used in a lot of taxing situations, a lot of processes, it's seen as a conditionally essential amino acid, meaning that it's always helpful to have more of it from the diet supplementation. Now, taurine also promotes mitochondrial health, something that you hear Mike talk a lot about. If you read our blogs, it's a big topic that is kind of recurring in there. Now, the journal Molecules recently published an article with 250 citations titled "The Role of Taurine in Mitochondria Health," more than just an antioxidant. This dives really deep in the unique amino acid. It leads us to believe that there is even more important to this than we originally realized. And that article is actually cited in our blog. So if you want to go check out that, it's a huge article on taurine and mitochondrial health that you can find easily on our blog. And lastly, taurine has been shown to help in nitric oxide production and increase nitric oxide bioavailability through activation of the nitric oxide synthase enzyme, which can help with blood flow throughout the body and to the brain. So long story short on taurine, even though the body can create it yourself, you are better off making sure that you have a lot of it since it can be conditionally essential for the body. It's going to help you out with focus. If you're also an athlete, it's going to help you out with performance. There's no downside to supplementing taurine, whether you're looking for focus or performance in the gym. No matter what, it's going to be helping you out. But from there, we get into something that's a little bit more traditionally seen as a focus ingredient, tyrosine. We get 500 milligrams of it here. And it's important to say that the taurine was at 1,000 milligrams. We really like it there. Tyrosine at 500 is where we start to see benefits. And like I said before, this product is meant to be used in 1 scoop dosages, but twice a day. So you're gonna notice that in some of these products, you're getting what you're looking for a whole day. In some of these ingredients, in terms of what is the standard dosage or the safe dosage, it will be split into 2 because it's expected that people are gonna be taking this twice a day. At least that's what I'm expecting out of people. Now, tyrosine is important for sleep-deprived individuals. It helps increase alertness, focus, and that all comes from its ability to help produce some of our favorite neurotransmitters in the body. We're talking norepinephrine and dopamine here. We talk about this quite frequently in pre-workout. Now, these are excitatory, feel-good neurotransmitters here, but tyrosine also can help decrease the feelings of stress and anxiety, which is a really nice 1-2 punch because yes, we're going to be exciting the body and giving it more focus, but not increasing any sort of heart rate or blood pressure here. Our sympathetic nervous system uses norepinephrine as part of the fight or flight response. So that helps dial you in, make decisions a little bit quicker and better. And even better, like I said before, it turns out that research has shown that tyrosine's effects are even more pronounced on sleep-deprived individuals. So if you're working a lot, if you are studying late, if you are playing video games late, whatever it is, if you're not sleeping enough, tyrosine is going to be even more pronounced in you. And this is especially true when combined with caffeine, which is also present in Storm's Focus. So like I said, 500 milligrams is where we normally start to feel tyrosine. That's where this is at. If you're taking 2 scoops of it a day, you're getting a whole gram, which is where I really like it. And this pairs really well with the 150 milligrams of caffeine we're going to find later on, 300 if you're taking 2 scoops a day. But before we get there, we're going to talk about CDP Choline. Now, CDP Choline is one of our favorite choline sources. It is near and dear to our heart. It's very bioavailable, and it also packs an extra bit of a punch when it comes to choline sources. When we talk about choline, we're normally talking a lot frequently about choline bitartrate, which is a more cost-effective, cheaper version. It's not bad as long as you're using the L isomer of it, but we also could be talking about alpha GPC, which is another really great version of choline sources. But when it comes to CDP Choline, it's just a little bit more stimulating, and that is a lot of fun for us. So it's really important to first state that, like I said, these choline sources are precursors to acetylcholine. Whether you're taking choline bitartrate, alpha GPC, or CDP Choline, these are all precursors to the creation of acetylcholine within the body, also known as learning neurotransmitter. Very self-explanatory on what it's helpful for. It's going to help facilitate cognitive functions such as learning, attention, memory formation. It boosts focus and obviously does everything associated with what we would call the learning neurotransmitter. But what makes CDP Choline different from these other choline sources? Well, CDP has a special place in our hearts because it can also boost dopamine and norepinephrine levels by boosting dopamine receptor density. So this makes it a great pair with tyrosine, like we were talking about before, which boosts production of norepinephrine and dopamine as well. So anecdotally for ourselves, what we talk about a lot when we are maybe formulating with a company or giving feedback to a company on their pre-workout is not only that we love the formation of acetylcholine, but we also really love the stimulating effect that we get from it. Note that you still are only getting 5% of your choline sources for the day here. It's still you still can go eat your whole eggs and other choline sources like red meats and stuff like that. Don't worry about getting too much choline in while using this product. Like I mentioned before, caffeine and high, you're 75 milligrams. Not a lot here. You're getting 75 milligrams per scoop, 150 milligrams for the whole day if you're taking your 2 scoops. Caffeine and hydration is one of those things that can be used in very big doses safely, but also sometimes the beauty is in the nuances of how you use it here. Using a small amount of caffeine with other things that are going to work well with it, like I'm going to talk about, can make it a lot more efficient. You're going to stay away from gastric distress. You're going to stay away from possibly jitters and uneasy feelings of taking too much. It's a beautiful thing. At this point, you really should kind of know your assessment of how you tolerate caffeine. If you've been taking any sort of pre-workout focused product, caffeine, like coffee, energy drinks, stuff like that, you should have a pretty good idea of how you tolerate it. Now, varying doses of caffeine have been shown to reduce reaction time, increase wakefulness, boost overall well-being. I know we all feel better when we have some more caffeine in ourselves. But like I said, a little bit too much can increase anxiety as well. So here we're trying to keep the dosage low so that we can get the benefits out of it without too much of the other side of it. Now, you guys know me. I've been known to go well over a gram of caffeine. I tolerate it very well, and I recommend that people experiment with it as well because I think caffeine can actually help a lot of people with their lives. That all being said, I am absolutely a fan and a proponent of monitoring your caffeine usage and using only as much as you need to get the job done. For a focused product like this where you're taking for studying, work, or whatever like that, I think that sticking at 75 to 150 milligrams is a great idea. But what we do here is we pair it with theobromine, a chemically similar ingredient that in studies has shown to anecdotally and subjectively improve the feeling of caffeine. Theobromine is often seen as the chemical cousin of caffeine, the long-lasting metabolite of caffeine itself. Similar to caffeine, theobromine inhibits phosphodiesterase and adenosine, keeping you awake, but it has a longer half-life. And so due to that half-life, theobromine is most often used as a longer-lasting energy supporter alongside caffeine. We really like seeing it here at around a 1-to-1 ratio. Now we're getting 50 milligrams of it here versus a 75 milligrams of caffeine. It's pretty close. We love seeing the two here together. The 1-2 punch of that really helps drive the feeling home without increasing the jitters too much and giving you that anxiety. Now rounding out on the end here, here, we have a couple trademarked ingredients that we're really excited about. First off the bat, Neurofactor from Futureceuticals. If you know me, anytime I see this ingredient, I get really excited. Absolutely think that Neurofactor is a hit out of the park. Now, Neurofactor comes from coffee Arabica. It's, again, coming from coffee fruit, similar to coffee, but it's used to improve focus through the upregulation of a protein named BDNF, brain-derived neurotrophic factor. Now, BDNF is a nerve growth factor that helps with the maturation, survival, and differentiation of nerve cells in our central nervous system. And scientists have consistently found a high correlation between cognitive function and healthy BDNF levels in the body. When BDNF is higher, the brain is offered neuroprotection from toxins and various nervous system disorders. Sounds like a pretty good deal, right? On the other hand, lower BDNF, like we often talk about, the deficit of these ingredients that you should be supplementing when you don't have enough of it, correlates with an increased risk of neurodegenerative diseases. Now, BDNF levels decrease as mammals age and are generally lower in males. More details can be found in the 2015 archives of medicinal science entitled Brain-Derived Neurotrophic Factor and its Clinical Implications. But the general point is that we lose this as we grow old, and males have generally less of it, so make sure that you're supplementing it. You can get in a lot of really great products. One of the things I like about this product is it's something that you can use every single day. It's not super high stimulant, but you get a couple ingredients in here that are going to help your well-being and your overall focus and brain health throughout the day. Researchers have shown that 100 milligrams of polyphenol-rich dose of coffee fruit extract can boost BDNF levels by 143% within an hour. The effects outperform 50 milligrams of chlorogenic acid, the compound that is often attributed to many of coffee's benefits. What does that mean? Well, you get 50 milligrams of it in here. So I would recommend you take 2 scoops of this a day so you can get that full dose of Neurofactor. And after that, we talk about the big ingredient, the new ingredient to the market that Storm is bringing in this focus product, BrainBerry. Now, BrainBerry is a really cool name right off the bat, but it's a Baltic aronia berry extract, a fruit scientifically known as Aronia melanocarpa. I think it's the best I've ever pronounced any new ingredient, but also known as chokeberry. So this is going to be standardized for cyanidin 3-galactoside. Now, this is shown in animal models to have improvements in spatial memory, boost hippocampal neuron survival, and inhibit pyramidal cell damage. There are additional benefits detailed in a recent article, 2021, published in the International Journal of Molecular Sciences entitled Cyanidin 3-O-galactoside, a natural compound with multiple health benefits. And many fruits contain it, although Aronia fruit extract seems to have the highest concentration of it, making it the most efficient for making an ingredient out of it. So this is all great, but what's the research say on it? Well, let's talk about it. In a 12-week double-blind placebo-controlled study with 101 subjects, participants took 65 milligrams of BrainBerry daily or a placebo. Now, you're getting 32.5 milligrams of it here. So again, the studied clinical dosage is going to be at 2 scoops of this product. Again, we recommend you take 2 scoops of it a day. What were the results like? After 6 weeks, the BrainBerry group had significant improvements in psychomotor speed and hand-eye coordination. And after the full 12 weeks, the BrainBerry group scored a 43% increase in concentration. Now again, it's going to take a few tubs to reach the 12 weeks that's cited in the study. This is going to take you through 4 weeks of it. You're going to need 3 of them to get that full 3-month dosage, time. But it's a really encouraging study. The data is rather strong, and we think that it probably has a really big implication on your life. We've only been using it for a short amount of time now, so we're probably going to have a follow-up to talk more about the ingredients soon. Now, lastly, at the end, they added an estrogen. Now, estrogen is a really cool ingredient from New Sciences that works on inflammation in the gut, lowers inflammation, leading to better absorption in the body. It has a lot of clinical studies on different amino acids and specific ingredients. I think specifically in this one, the taurine and tyrosine are proven. Choline is being studied right now, and we'll be hearing back about that soon. No matter what, it's a rather inexpensive ingredient to add to a formula to boost absorption, and we're big fans of New and the science that they do. Make no mistake, 2021 is a tough year to be launching a product. When we talked with Storm, we talked about, the complications of doing this year. There's a lot of supply chain issues, and they're bringing a brand new ingredient to market, which is tough to do on a good year. So we're really, really impressed by what they're doing right now. We're impressed by the branding, and we're into the brand as a whole. I hope that this was informative and helpful for you guys. We'll be doing a full breakdown on this ingredient when we've hit that 3-month time. Next month, we're going to be doing their pre-workout. So it should give us a good 3 months in that we can follow up and talk about our feelings with BrainBerry. As always, guys, I appreciate making this far in the video. I do have to say I got this product for free. We're trying out their stack for free, and we do have a business affiliate relationship. If you have any questions about the product, feel free to comment below. I'd love to talk to you about it. Thanks so much for watching today, and have a great day.
Welcome to PricePlow.